Wow, it's been a while since I've done one of these. Well, I had to take I'm pretty sure it's almost a month now since I did the last dumb shit Natalists Say. Cause like the last one, if you haven't watched that one, it was fucking heavy. I had to take a while to restart my brain again. And this one to me exposes just how stupid natalist logic is. What is it about the future that's just it's so delectable to these people that they don't see how fucked up their present is right now. The future is always a form of escapism. This is why I don't even believe in the past or the future anymore, because it's all escapism, right? Nostalgia, right? Returning to tradition, uh, you know, remembering the ancestors and all this garbage, right? What for? It's to escape your present. In the year 2050, let's say if the kids are born in 2040, like let's say the year 2060, right? In the year 2060, you'll have like literal 20-year-old fucking little shits talking about, oh, the 2010s looked so it looks so retro and like such a different world. Oh my gosh, I was born in the wrong generation. And we just lived through the 2010s. The 2010s ended with a fucking pandemic. We're just here like people just pulling their hair out every fucking day, right? Some little shit in 40 years is gonna be like, oh wow, shut up. Ugh. What the hell is there to what is it what is this investment people have in the future? The conception of the future that we have right now, the one that we were all brainwashed with, the one that we are sold every fucking day. Because literally the future is now, right? We could all decide right now, hey, McDonald's shares are worth nothing. The stakeholders wouldn't like that. The corporate world wouldn't like that. But, us is like, or at least the people who consume that garbage, if they just said, hey, I'm just going to stop buying McDonald's and McDonald's shares don't mean anything, or literally just have people say McDonald's shares don't mean anything. That's literally all it takes, right? For like people think stock prices are like, oh yeah, they are so unpredictable. You don't know what the fuck is gonna happen. You don't know what the hell. Like you can, sure, you can predict the trends of it and blah blah blah, but like it just takes one viral story or tweet or something and your stock price will plummet. Like look at the stupidity Elon Musk engaged in with Twitter. I'm pretty sure the stock price dropped and then like I don't know if it's recovered yet, but like in that whole controversy, in that whole like what I don't even know what the fuck he was trying to do with it. Twitter stock tanked just from one fucking egomaniac. One. What fucking investment do you have in the future? And I wouldn't say like I'm a prepper necessarily. Like I guess I don't even know what it's long like. It's short for preparation, but I wouldn't say I'm a prepper necessarily. I don't ascribe to the ideology, but what they practice, I do that. I did it during university, and it literally like saved me from starving because I would buy a lot of. I would buy like milk powder, cereals. What else? Like noodles, especially noodles. Holy fucking shit. Noodles and tuna and what else? I remember there was a point I made lemonade out of like like lemon juice concentrate, right? It's just concentrated lemon juice that I bought at the store. And it wouldn't take very much. And then I just like put in some sugar and then put in like water. And that bottle of concentrated lemon juice lasted me for like 2 weeks. And it just basically tasted like lemonade, right? What else is lemonade, really? So the logic behind prepping, I fully agree with. But the philosophy behind it, it's trippy. It's it's not, it's really a lost cause. Think about, let's say you're the best prepper out there. You've got all your essential foods. You got a way to get clean water. A way to start a fire. Maybe you've stocked up on all these weapons. You've got the necessary medication. All the things you would need for prepping, you have it where you are, right? Then you also realize, hey, I have all this stuff where I am right now that I need to barricade myself. And that's the main problem with it. Because if shit really hits the fan like it's going to, and people know that you are a prep, like they'll be saying, yeah, oh, you're a fucking crackpot or whatever. But if they know that you're a prep, they'll break your shit down. They'll probably find like a truck or something, break through whatever barricade it is you've built for yourself, go in, rob you, probably just loot and leave. Unless you like have different spots where you've prepped the same way in like different locations. But I mean, it seems to me like that just gets to a point where like, what are you even fighting for at this point? What is it? What are you even prepping for? Do you plan on having kids after this prepping is over with? Like after when the shit hits the fan, are you gonna continue to have children? Because the sad answer is probably yes, right? I don't give a shit really about the future. When the future, I was gonna title this video like, but my GDP per capita, which it's the same thing. They're saying the same thing, Oh, what about everything we've built? What is gonna happen? What's gonna happen to the economy? And like, look at what's happening to the economy right now. What the fuck do you think is gonna happen? How long has that been the bullshit excuse? What's gonna happen to the economy? Literally, like, and it works so flawlessly every time. Every time. And the weird thing about uh, antinatalism, I don't think we really notice the drop in birth rates in a lot of places. I think it could be some passive form of, it's not even a passive form of antinatalism actually. It's just the economy becoming way too expensive for a couple to raise more than like 2 or 3 kids at one time. That's what it is. It's market forces that just made it too fucking expensive, that people have realized, yeah, maybe just 1 kid or 2 kids is enough. We've realized no kids is enough, but like the people just have to be put under severe conditions to do the right thing. And that to me is crazy. It's insane. And they want you to buy into their fucking lie. They want you to buy into their misery, really. They want you to buy into their misery so that they can be a perpetual victim. And that's all you're doing when you say that, you should have kids to preserve the future of humanity. And mind you, these are all context specific terms, right? You ask them what is humanity, you ask them what is the future. And, I myself, provided enough people, if it only takes a few people at the top to cause this disproportionate amount of misery, and I think it only takes a few good people to counterbalance that and even uh like, what the fuck, what's the word, what's or overshadow it, you know if it takes, like, I wish more people would think that way, because you could make your monthly paycheck and then go out to like a homeless shelter and just, let's say you earn like $10,000 this month. I know, fucking dream, right? And you just go and spend like half that on like all the homeless people, like just gather up all the homeless people you see and just go and buy like clothes for them, go like get them haircuts and stuff like that. You've instantly done more than most people will ever do in their lives for other human beings. And those people, at least a decent amount of them, will remember you for it and they'll be grateful for it. Why do we have to wait until the future is here? And the fucked up thing is, it's the fact that people keep having kids, fueling this hyper consumerist economy. That's literally like the world is fucking drowning right now. It's drowning and it's on fire. It's both at the same time. It's drowning, it's on fire, and it's freezing. What the fuck, man? This isn't even hell at this point, right? You think it's a joke when I say the demons fucking retired and they're just like they're just watching the shit from a distance? Yeah, they're not even they don't even know what's going on, right? They don't even know what the fuck what's going on. You got wild bushfires in certain countries. You got flooding in other countries, typhoons, tsunamis, hurricanes. What future? What fucking future? With the state of humanity as we are right now, what fucking future are you talking about? And mind you, these are all once in like a lifetime or like once in a few centuries types of natural disasters. And the only things we've really done differently are fucking industrialize. I wonder if there could be a connection. I wonder. And it's so telling how like people on like the far right, these anti-climate change people, there's always a thread of like anti-Semitism. Always. Oh man, I have to make a complete separate video about that because I can go on for fucking decades about that. The mentality that goes behind climate change is an imperialist one. It's a colonialist one. It's a method of just extract the land, extract the labor from the people who live on that land for all that they're fucking worth. Even if they die, just replace them with others. Breed your own shit. And to see that has like disastrous effects on the same planet that they claim to conquer and own, it creates like this permanent cognitive dissonance that's like, no, it can't be true, can't be true. It's a Jewish plot, right? The Jews did it or something. It's a like there's some Jewish fucking globalist cabal that's making people believe that climate change exists. And you can literally see people fucking like there's several islands that are going to go underwater. And the main thing that's making it happen is ice caps fucking melting because of how hot. Like this is fucking hell. Ecosystems were not taught well in high school. I would say yes, the education system was a failure, but a lot of people failed the education system as well, right? It sounds counterintuitive to say that the hotter things become, the colder they become as well. But that's what happens. When you create an ecosystem that it's much hotter, global, it causes places that are normally frozen to become that much less frozen gradually, which means there's more water in the oceans, which means places that have a low level of elevation. Yeah, I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about at this point. Low level of sea elevation, whatever. They're the first ones to go because they're not that far from the shore, or the shore is not that far from them, right? Heck, even places on the east coast of America, like, oh man, every hurricane season is just the same thing, and people know it's going to happen. You see, this is why I saw through so many of the fallacies of colonialism, because even places in Africa where there are drought and famine, they've been like that for even before the colonialists arrived, or in certain places. Let me say certain places. But then the colonialists came, right? They brought fucking God's gifts to us and all this fucking shit. They turned us into fucking Wakanda. But somehow the places that were prone to the disasters they were prone to remained prone to them. Almost like they didn't do shit except make it actively worse for people, right? Now, now, like it's weird to me to see African countries so invested in climate. Okay, yeah, so of course they're going to be invested in climate change, but Africa itself only produces 5% of global carbon emissions. The entire continent. Look it up if you don't believe me. The main polluters are India, China, and pretty much India, China, and mostly Western countries, right? North America, Australia, Germany. These are the main polluters of the world. So, and yet everybody's suffering from this shit. That's the problem, right? Everybody's fucking suffering from it. And it's crazy to me that if sub-Saharan Africa was developed, if sub let's go with the colonialist narrative, right? If sub-Saharan Africa was to develop to the extent of, let's say, colonial Europe at the time, the world would have ended like 5 centuries ago, like 4 centuries ago, even. If every place kept up in terms of whatever metrics of development that we relate to right now, the world would have blown the fuck up like several times. Like literally, you'd have people living on fragments of the earth right now, if they continue to live. There'd just be fragments of ecosystem or something. I don't know. It sounds like a cool series, to be honest. But I think that's what would have happened. And yet, even right now, even though like history has taken whatever trajectory it took, right now there's less than 50 years left of oil supply. Like the global oil supply is less than 50 years, right? And I think a lot of that is also just due to hoarding of resources, like hoarding of oil. Maybe there's more, but at the same time, let's just take it at that. This oil has been in the fucking soil for millions of years. And within 200 years, we now have less than 50 years left of that oil supply. But they want you invested in the future. And you have to have the kids because you have to care about the future, man. You have to, you have to keep planting the trees. And this is the fucking you can heck, you can remove, you can deforest, you can cut down an entire forest, an entire rainforest, and plant the exact species of tree. All right, let's say, for example, like you have a palm tree, an avocado tree, an orange tree, whatever, and it's only in a rainforest. You cut them all down and then plant every species the exact same way. It's never going to be the same again. These rainforests, these ecosystems took an unfathomable. Oh shit! Yeah, that's a big word. That's too big a word. Why are all the words to express disbelief so big? What the fuck? Just like big time. It took big time, like bigger time that you can imagine, to form these ecosystems. You can't just like regenerate it out of nothing. Like, especially somewhere like the Amazon. Oh man, this earth is going to make us pay. This earth is going to. We are going to feel the earth's wrath. The only places, one of the few places left that is actively being destroyed is the Amazon, the Congo rainforest, like the rainforest in the Congo. Where else? I'm pretty sure maybe somewhere in the Philippines, certain places in Asia. But these are places that are rapidly disappearing because of deforestation, because of fucking hyper consumers, because like it's not like people don't throw away billions of dollars of food every year, and yet we still say that there's not enough food for people to go around. This is an economic system that is just, if the Grim Reaper created an economic system, it would look like this. It would look like what the fuck we're living in now. It's a death cult. Our economic system is a fucking death cult, and it will create a demand for its own coffin. But I'm supposed to invest my fucking my seed, my spawn into that death cult? Sounds worse than Satanism, to be honest. I'll take Satanism over that any fucking day. Trust me.